Previously on Spokes and Scenery.
I've been talking about doing this trail for years, and today the day's finally come. This is perfect. Yeah, there's no words for it. I'm happy, man. This is exactly what I wanted to see. I definitely like this a lot more than the Ottawa Valley Recreational Trail. This is more of my cup of tea. I'm out here, I'm experiencing this, and honestly, I don't think I've had as much of a peaceful rail trail ride as I'm having on this trail. Holy crap, this is so cool.
And now.
Oh, that was a nice little break. No cars, so perfect to keep on going. Alpine Forever Forest. Wow, this is very different here with all of the ferns on both sides. It's beautiful. Reminds me a bit of Charlotte Lake around here. That's funny because the beginning of this trail kind of reminded me of the K&P trail around Kingston, and here we are getting close to the end, and this is kind of reminding me of the K&P trail near the end of my ride. Must be a bridge here. Couldn't see much on the sides, but oh man, I am enjoying this. What a ride. These little country roads. It's interesting, the sign back there said that caution, patrolled sector. Why would you even need to put up a sign like that on a trail? Like, something happened out here? I don't know. Oh, look at this. Man, smells out here? So nice, just the pine. beautiful. Once again, high up over the ground. So many things I just wasn't expecting on this trail. You know, just from the little bit that I can see on satellite imagery, it doesn't prepare you. That's beautiful. You know what I will say? I'm definitely looking forward to riding this back. Makes me want to move out here and live out here. The scenery here is just so ideal. Looks like we got another parking spot for people here, which is great. Are you kidding me? This is paved. That is mind-blowing. Like, you pass through the one section that's just the roughest out of this whole entire trail, and then it gets a little better, and then you're back on pavement. Like, I'd mentioned I'd heard rumors that part of this trail is paved, and I thought the first section was it. And then there was a second, now there's this guy. I mean, with 20 kilometers left, here we are. It really is a very, very diverse trail. Just freaking amazing. Looks like that's some kind of a snowmobile or ATV trail there. See a pavilion coming up. You never have to go too far to get to a brake stop. I mean, they're almost perfectly spaced for by the time that you'd want to brake. You start thinking a little bit, you know what? Getting a little tired, I could use the rest. Hey, there you go. Me, I'm still good for now. And continue on past and see what there is to see after this. Looks like a fairly busy road here. Lots of parking. Okay, that's why this is Van Cleek Hill. Makes a little bit more sense. Wasn't too sure where I was. So I don't have to wait too long. Nope, right here. Perfect. Now it's time to head east from Van Cleek Hill and see what there is to see. Nice landscape. More often than not, there is something to see along the trail. Now this is definitely a little bit rougher. Got some coarser gravel. It's a little bit deeper in sections. Something like this, I think you'd probably want at least a hybrid to ride this. See what happens as I keep nearing the end. Gonna be curious. Looks like we're coming up here to the railway crossing. That's pretty cool. I wasn't expecting this. That is so cool. Wonder if that railway crossing was there when this was still a railway line. The unexpected things you see when you're out. You get out of your comfort zone and you go and try new adventures. Talked a little bit before about how I used to bike a whole lot when I was younger. And that's true, I put on a lot of miles, but what I wasn't was very curious about where I was going. So I'd always hang out around the city or town that I was in and got to know it and all the little bits and pieces of it really well, but never ventured too far out in the country. I think there was one day when I was living in Kingston, I might have biked like 30-35 kilometers out in the country to go see a friend who was living past the city on Division Street. She had a house in the country, and I did that once. I think that was probably about the only time. You know, you get thinking about old friends and get nostalgic, and You know, Facebook is great to know what some people are up to, but not everybody's on it, and there's always some people that you wonder how they made out. Hopefully they did well. Yeah. Is it strange to be getting all nostalgic while I'm out riding in a rail trail that I've never been to before? Or is that just part of the way it is when you're out in a place like this and you're just brought back to a simpler time? Overall, it's not bad out here. Finally getting some nice curves here too. I'm wondering, is this just a narrower section or have we got a bridge here? I think it's a bridge. It's a little one. Cool. Now she is as straight as an arrow again. Wow, can you ever see far in the distance? It's wild. If I didn't know this was a rail trail, I would not be able to tell you this used to be an old railway line. Maybe this just seems like an old roadway from, I don't know, the 1930s or 1940s. A single lane roadway. There were still a few of those kicking around when I was young. Not many, but you did see them. This just has that vibe. "15 kilometers left." Whew. That wind kicked up a notch here. Wow. This is definitely the rougher section. It's not until you get out into a place like this that you realize just how diverse your backyard is. Like, I thought I had an understanding of how big some of Ontario's fields were. And then I go and I do this ride, and it's like, when you're just slowed down, you're not driving highway speeds, and you're out doing this, you really do get a whole other appreciation for it. This must be used a lot by the farmers because this is really wide and really flat here. How peaceful is this? Saw what looked like something cross ahead of the trail up ahead. I wonder if I'm coming to the 417 crossing, because that looks like it's crossing over the trail pretty quick. I'm gonna have a stop here and just admire the field for a moment. Pretty. Definitely worth a stop. All right, let's keep going. I love coming out on days like this where you have full sun and you've got a nice strong wind. So you're comfortable. You're warm and you're cool at the same time. Yeah, I think that probably is the highway. Yep, I can see a bridge. Always wondered about this part. Looks like this has been recently mowed. are. Going underneath Highway 417 from Ottawa to the Quebec border. Pretty cool. Getting down to a couple of ruts here again. Love this. See all the butterflies out here, hear the birds. I mean, even with all the fields being used for agriculture, just these little oases of trees and brush and the vegetation along the sides of these trails just provides a great little spot for all these animals and insects to just come and call home, have a little safe place. You know, I've kind of lost track of how far I am till the end. I'm hoping that there's another mile marker around here somewhere, sometime soon. I'm starting to get real curious about that. Oh, there's one. 11 kilometers. Wow. Is that really it? Seems so short. It's like, not prepared for this stand. All right. I mean, okay. I think that's what I'm doing then. So I'm pretty sure that 11 kilometers is the end of the official trail. Now, I have been told that you can still continue on to Rigaud, but it's really, really rough. Like I said, I'm not prepared for this stand. I think I'm gonna give it a try. We'll see. I mean, it might be too rough for me and I might not make it, but yeah, I want more than another 11 kilometers. Just being greedy. What a trail. So I can say it. My ranking system, number 1, Prescott-Russell Trail. Number 2, I've talked about this one here before in my ride. McNabb Braeside Millennium Trail. Number 3, it's definitely got to be this trail. This beats out the K&P trail for me. And I know further north along the K&P trail, it's really beautiful, it's more rugged, but I'm just going by what I've biked on. So I'm not counting the stretch north that goes up to Calabogie, because I know that would probably put the K&P above this one. But from just what I've ridden on and what's on my videos, this is the new number 3. Number 4 is K&P. And then I think number 5 has got to be the Waterfront Trail around Upper Canada Village. Go to Long Sault, up to Cornwall. That's amazing. That one's completely paved. And then I think after that, I'm gonna hit up the Millennium Trail. And then after that, it doesn't really matter. The rest were all good in their own ways. Like the Ottawa Valley Recreational Trail, it's really polished, it's got a purpose. It's got sections that are nice. You know, the shorties, like Gananoque, Brockville, Napanee. But that's cool. I mean, you know, I come out to new places all the time and my list keeps on moving. The only thing that hasn't really moved is Cataraqui Trail, number 1. I mean, I just don't see anything in this part of the world that's even close to it. Speaking of cool things, there is an old barn there to my right. Check that out. Even got a little steeple, 2 of them. Wonder if those are just bird houses, or I don't know enough about those to say what it's for, but it looks cool. I think got another small little railway bridge here. Oh, this is such a cool section. Wow, neat little creek. You know, as a kid, I wouldn't think twice about jumping in a creek like that and going and playing in it, but as an adult, you realize that there's a lot of fertilizers and pesticides and stuff that are sprayed in these fields, and really, the last thing you want to do is jump in a creek like that. It's too bad. But we need food. A couple of cows grazing in the field. How could anyone say this trail is boring? I'm sorry. I just don't see it. You know, we all have our own different tastes, but this is anything but boring to me. See, like an old house and farm and barn up there, and all those trees. Looks like it's all overgrown. Makes you wonder if that was somebody's farmstead once upon a time and now it's abandoned. Or maybe just the owner just likes it all closed in. Yeah, these fields aren't tended to. And there's no trees or anything growing in them, so it's pretty recent, but kind of wild just to see it all growing over. I'd say it wouldn't be more than a couple of years. That's a strong wind. Wow. Normally the wind blows out to the west, so to have a strong wind blowing out to the east like this is different. Looks like a Windows background. I forgot what version of Windows it was, but you had, yeah, that's what it reminds me of. Cool farm. Sure, there's a stop sign here. Yep. What a trip this has been. See much of the Gatineau Hills anymore. So we've got a pavilion ahead in 2 kilometers. Look at this. You can really tell that this part of the trail doesn't get used as much. Nothing else, it'd be kind of helpful if those stop signs were cleared out a little bit more. This is cool. It's got me thinking though. This is still the good section. What is the rougher section like? Oh, now I'm curious. I'm gonna stop here at this pavilion, grab a drink, and then keep on keeping on after. This looks great. How do we go from that to pavement? I mean, I was expecting it to get just worse and worse and worse, and then we've got asphalt again. This is a wild trail. Another little bridge. That's a nice creek. And it's probably going to be the pavilion right up here. Great little place for a stop, St. Eugene. I believe this is the end of the official trail actually, so after this is the great unknown. So perfect time for a little stop. Well, that was a nice little break. Let's keep on going. So I'm probably mistaken here because I thought that was the end of the maintained part of the trail, but I mean, I can see straight ahead. This is still all asphalt, so guess I'll just play it as it comes. Starting to get near the Quebec border now. This is really nice. It's so strange to see the pavement down on a rail trail like this. And like, it's nice and wide and it's beautiful. And just be the only person on it in the middle of the day on a weekend. Like, you can tell whoever planned this out and put the money in it, they were thinking bigger things. Maybe it'll still happen. Maybe people just don't know it's here. But what an experience this has been. Like, I know I'm sounding like a broken record. Just, I'm digging this. This was definitely worth the wait and definitely worth the trip out. Park benches. Look at this old forest. With all the rain we've had this spring, ferns are doing awesome. So I went and I did the Cataraqui Trail ride a little while ago with Andrew and Mark, and that was one of the highlights of doing that ride, was that it was still early enough in the spring and it had been such a cold spring that all the stuff on the sides hadn't grown up yet, so you had a really good view of everything all around you. But there's also something to be said about seeing everything all full up and all green. Now, I believe this is the start of the trail where it isn't quite as well maintained. But I don't know. I'll see. Now I'm gonna say this isn't that part. This is too nice. The other thing too is maybe that part of the trail's been fixed up since people were talking about it not being as well maintained. Maybe it's after Rigaud, I don't know. It's one of the downsides of just having a bit of information and not having it all. Doesn't bother me any, it's just, I don't know. So, you know, you're trying to be like, hey, I've done a little bit of research into this, and here's a little bit of this, a little bit of that as you go along, and then ultimately you get down to this part where the big old question is, and it's like, I don't know. Can't be any more honest than that. Yeah, to be perfectly honest, after I pass under the 417, I haven't really spotted this trail all too much. So, whatever it is, it is. Nice hay baling. See a couple of mountains there in the distance. So that would definitely be in Quebec. Man, what a crazy wind. That's a huge farm. So what I do know is this road coming up where you can see a bit of traffic going by. I believe that is my last road crossing in Ontario. That should be the Grande Montée Road, the big mountain road. And then shortly after this road, I cross into Quebec. That'll be my second time ever riding a bike from Ontario into Quebec. Both of them have been this year. That's it. Come again, you're now leaving Ontario's prescribed trails. Bienvenue Club Étoile. And yeah, this is definitely a lot more unmaintained. So, here we go. This is the part everybody was talking about, and I don't know how far it goes. Honestly, on a mountain bike, this isn't bad so far. Not bad at all. And we're not talking about huge gravel or anything like that. Some of the rail trails I've ridden on in the last couple of years have been way worse than this. Well, let's just see what happens. I've done what I set out to do. I rode the Prescott-Russell Recreational Trail. This is just a bonus. However far I do go or don't go, this is just for fun. So I've now crossed into Quebec. Et parce que ça, je vais parler en français. Nah, just kidding. I'm not going to speak French the rest of this video. But this is fun. I mean, this is good. This is not bad. So far. Hey, I've learned my lesson about saying, oh, this is awesome. Don't get ahead of yourself. But yeah, at least up to the Quebec border, trail's very passable, still pretty straight. Most of the rocks are sunk down into the ground. You got a couple of little to medium-sized ones that are poking up, but nothing that isn't easy to ride past. Okay, now it's getting rougher. I think there's an ATV way up ahead there. Yep. Out here, you definitely would want mountain bike or hybrid, if not anything more. Woo. This is not something you'd take a road bike on. So I can totally see why some of the videos with guys that have come out to ride this trail definitely skip this section because they have been riding road bikes. I mean, it would definitely be possible, but it wouldn't be fun. Now my tires just a little underinflated today for this ride, and that seems to be working really well for this surface. Yeah, now here, this is definitely rougher. This is beautiful. Love them getting up close to that mountain. Almost looks like a ski hill there. Beautiful little spot. Got the farm with the farmland on one side, got the farmland with the mountain on the other. It's a lot rougher here. I'm gonna slow it down a bit. All right, seems to be a little better. This is pretty good here. Oh wow. This spot right by the road's been redone. How about that? Maybe it's a sign of things to come. Oh, it looks like it is. The trail looks amazing up ahead. I wonder if it's good up until Rigaud. I don't know what type of gravel that is. Definitely not ideal. Wow. I mean, I can see it's been like recently graded, so it's pretty level, but type of gravel here, this is slippery. Oh. Yeah, this isn't great. I mean, I am so close to Rigaud here, so close. And I mean, just looking ahead, I mean, it looks flat, it looks straight. It doesn't look bad. It's just the type of gravel. I think it's doable. Definitely 2 ruts here, and it's not terribly bad inside the ruts, so let's try to get a little more speed and just play it by ear. So yeah, so this last part here is definitely, you got to concentrate more. You're watching the ground. This isn't someplace where you're going to be taking in the scenery. And you can see we're down to 2 lanes up ahead. I don't know why the trail bends here, but this straight ahead. This is our rail trail. Well, I've come this far, so let's keep going. Looks like sometime this spring, this was mowed down. Let's see. Yeah, this isn't bad so far. Spoke too soon. I did that thing again where I said this isn't bad. It's passable. Yeah, if you ride a little bit in the grass, not in the rut, it seems to be a little better. Yeah, she is rough. Oh, picking up a lot of rocks. Pretty. Hey, this part's nice. Wow. Oh, this is definitely rough, definitely unmaintained. Not traveled too much, that's for sure. Oh. Wow. Okay, this is like 100% railway gravel. Look at that. Rigaud. Old railway sign for Rigaud. Still there. Yep. I'm getting there. Oh, feels good to be off those rocks, even if it's just for a minute. These are not easy to ride on. So that's it. Made it here. I don't think this section is a section I would take going back. Oh, that's rough. But, like I said, I wasn't prepared to end it where it said it was gonna end. Oh, this is so nice here. Trail still here? There's my road. I think that is, wow, kick that rock up far. I think that's the end of my travel. Wow, what a crazy ride this has been. Starting off in Ottawa. Oh, wow. Riding through all the different things this trail had to offer. Between the beautiful, beautiful, beautiful gravel. I can't stress that enough. This trail is so nice to ride on for most of it. To the pavement sections, and then finally coming out here to Rigaud and riding on this old unmaintained part of the trail. And this is the first barricade I've come across on my trip. It says no parking. What a strange place for a no parking sign. I guess I saw the trail divert to the north. That right there is what I'm guessing where it diverted to. And it looks like the trail does continue on, but for me, my end goal was always just to make it into Rigaud. You know what? We're still in Rigaud, so let's not end it here just yet. I want to see if there's like a pavilion or anything in town. I made it this far, so the trail still looks good, like this. Let's get further into the town and see what there is to see. This is wild. I do see what looks to be like an old train station. Oh my God, there's still rails in the road here. Would you look at that? Wow. Look at this. The old railway station is still here. And I can see the rails. This would have been the platform that people would have waited for their train. And I can see the rails right there beside me. How about that? Look at this old building, it's beautiful. It's too bad it's so falling apart. What a treasure this would be to just come and bring back. Wow. What a ride this has been. You can definitely see it would have continued into Quebec that way there. This is just such an amazing trail. Can't believe I made it all the way from Ottawa to here in Rigaud. So yeah, that's the Prescott-Russell Trail and then some. It's a great trail in the Ottawa area. I definitely highly recommend this. This is something that people should definitely come out and check out.